Hello and welcome to the StudyTravel news video. I'm Matthew Knott.
And I'm Nicola Hancox, bringing you the latest news stories.
The headlines this week: English New Zealand and Universities New Zealand sign MOU to encourage pathways.
Further increases for German universities.
First European Universities Alliances announced.
And much more, of course, but starting with positive news in New Zealand then.
Yes, absolutely. Language School Association English New Zealand has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Universities New Zealand, and that the organisation said would enable more English language students to consider tertiary pathways and longer term study.
An important part of the MOU is that each of New Zealand's 8 universities will accept the accredited pathways assessment of an English New Zealand school as evidence of meeting English language requirements.
The accredited pathway assessment will be in addition to regular quality assurance requirements, and schools with accredited assessments will show an additional quality mark.
Wayne Dyer, Chair of English New Zealand, said they had been working with Universities New Zealand for some time and that this agreement was a significant step forward that would benefit students and New Zealand's international education sector as a whole.
Very good. Next to Germany, where higher education institutions hosted almost 375,000 international students in 2018, a 4.4% increase compared with the previous year and a new industry peak, according to data released by the German Academic Exchange Service, or DAAD.
Among Bildungsauslander students that obtained entrance qualifications outside of Germany, China remained the largest source market with almost 37,000 students, while second placed India registered a 28% increase to more than 17,000 students. Austria, Russia and Italy completed the top 5.
International students constituted 13.2% of all higher education students in Germany last year, with 37% each enrolled on bachelor and master's courses. Engineering was the most popular subject area.
And some of those German universities are participating in the first 17 European Universities Alliances announced by the European Commission this week, a flagship project of a longer-term plan to build a European education area.
The European universities will become inter-university campuses around which students, staff and researchers can move seamlessly, the Commission said, allowing students to personalise their education and earn microcredits. The alliances include 114 institutions and cover fields such as fine arts, global health and coastal sustainability.
Wow. And now for a roundup of some of the other stories. Following a critical report by the National Audit Office, it has been announced that the UK Home Office is facing further scrutiny by another government watchdog, the Public Accounts Committee, over its handling of the TOEIC test cheating scandal. Meanwhile, more than 100 students that had visas revoked have delivered a letter to the Home Secretary this week, demanding a response to the growing scandal.
Australia-based ELT accreditation body NIAS has officially launched a new self-assessment process which will form part of its 3-year quality assurance cycle, following consultation with Global Quaylen Accreditation Group and a pilot with NIAS accredited centres.
Staying in Australia, ELT provider ELC Sydney has announced 3 new pathway arrangements with Southern Cross University, Laneway Education and New Horizons, and has received Bildungslab accreditation from 4 German states.
Universities UK has announced Campus France and the German Academic Exchange Service, or DAAD, London branch as partners for its Go International Stand Out campaign to double outbound study from the UK.
International students in Korea will be exempted from a new mandatory state health insurance programme until at least February 2021, the Ministry of Health and Welfare has announced.
Canada-based CIBT Education Group has announced that its student accommodation subsidiary GEC has entered a lease agreement on a new Vancouver residence currently under construction, which will be known as GEC Kingsway and accommodate more than 350 students.
And finally, Navitas has announced the education-focused charitable organisations that will receive funding from its Navitas Education Trust this year.
More on all of those stories online, as well as more good deeds in our Grapevine photo gallery in the shape of World Refugee Week initiatives, and also the Beta Summer Reception and a 30th anniversary for Worldwide School of English.
Congratulations to them. Goodbye.
Goodbye.